This basically just allows you to put your warding shield on allies. As you saw from the beginning, you can also put it on your sentinel, which is great. Now, I don't have a good build for Nezha. I'm throwing that one out there in advance. It's just ridiculously useful to be able to throw this build on. You can tell how old this footage actually is simply because of what the colours that Nezha has. Only because, well, you can see the running around. Everybody still has their warding shields, and it's great because it works so well. Obviously, if you are running a Nezha, you also want to be doing some other things, which we'll get into, but I use this augment a lot because it works so well. Being able to put the ward and things on your allies makes it just one of those augments that has the next level usefulness. And again, that was... wow, I actually used to use Warframe abilities more than I thought I did. I'm also trying to figure out why I was still messing around there when the mission has now come to a complete end. This augment is very useful for supporting frames. Cephalon fragments. I forgot they were even a thing. For helping support frames, keeping them alive, keeping everything going. It's just, if you run a Nezha, this is one of those augments that you will overlook, but if you want to run a supporting frame, will be ridiculously useful. As I said before, the build I have on Nezha is beyond basic, but there it is. The Warding Halo augment that will... it's basically 50% effectiveness. Yes, it's not as good as it is on you, goes without saying, but is ridiculously useful. But a lot of people will build Nezha for Firewalker. I see Nezha running around with Firewalker a lot. I have never really used Firewalker in the way that everybody else does. I've always kind of played the more put them to sleep and then beat them up kind of thing, and always have Warding Halo going because it's a protective ring of fire that also stuns and damages enemies who get too close. Hence, it is always useful to do and cast on other players while you're using it, and it works so much better now than it did all the way back then. Because being an augment, you can only get it from Cephalon Suda or Steel Meridian as a offering from them to you for helping support them, and it is really actually worth picking this thing up. Not just because it actually helps protect yourself, it will allow you to cast it on other players and Sentinels and Kavats and Kubros and even Helminth Chargers and Moapets. Let's not forget Moapets. And that just makes it so much better because Warding Halo works really well. Yes, Firewalker, Blazing Chakram and Divine Spears works for putting them to sleep, but Warding Halo is kind of the defensive ability for Nezha, which makes him kind of really good with all the other abilities, because you kind of cast this and just let it go until it kind of expires and then recast it. It just allows you to put it on other players, making you more of a team player. It does nothing for your actual build, hence it meant earlier, as I said earlier, I have just a basic build on Nezha. I never really built him for Firewalker, which I will be doing very shortly. Doesn't mean I'm going to make a video about it, just means I'm going to be doing it, but yes, I have this. It has always been part of Nezha. I still have it on Nezha, and I was using Nezha earlier, hence the newer footage, and just thought, well, I have the old footage. I was looking through it the other day, I seen it the other day, decided I was going to do this. That's probably why I decided to play as Nezha, so why not take the opportunity to actually say this augment? One of the most useful augments they have added for Warframes, because it allows you to help other players. It doesn't really do much for yourself, apart from allow you to make other players more survivable, which is always a good thing, especially for those higher level things. But we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.